All stories, unless stated, do not belong to me and were sent in. If you'd like to send in your own story, hit me up on my Instagram social media, as well as my Tumblr and even my Twitter. Please hit the subscribe button and the bell if you'd like to get more content such as this, and if you'd like to support the channel as well as myself, go and check out my Redbubble that has all of my fan art as well as multiple things that I've created that you can buy: t-shirts, mugs, scarves, anything you can think of to help support the channel. Thank you. Weebs and seafaring friends alike, welcome to the channel as we read another story of weebiness and convention horror. This one is called Badge Check Assault from the r/Tales of the Convention. Let's go. I've been dying to find a place on Reddit to tell this story. I told it on Facebook right after it happened, and the convention staff never acknowledged it. So as revenge, here it goes. I was attending ColossalCon East on the year as a photographer. Just out of character, I've gone to ColossalCon East before last year, so maybe this happened while I was there. I mean, I wouldn't really be surprised, but yeah. I had several photo shoots lined up and was constantly running through the area of the convention was being held in and the rest of the hotel. Now I'm sure everyone knows the badge checkpoints that you have to pass through when moving around the convention area. Yes, I do. And I was walking from a photo shoot to meet up with my sister in the dealer's room. The shoot had been in the arcade outside the convention area, so I was going to the designated convention area. There are two maybe late teen, early 20-year-olds sitting at the badge check. The guy motions for my badge, and I flash him the badge, and he waves me through. And that should have been the end of it. It wasn't. I'm looking down at my camera when I feel someone grab my badge and pull me towards them. The badge was around my neck, so I was forced to move in the direction I was pulled in or risk getting choked. I look over and some 40-something fake redhead is pulling my badge closer so she can read it. All the while, she's on her phone. She looks at my badge, lets me go a minute later, and walks away. I'm confused. I was just checked by the two not even 2 yards behind me, and this person just grabbed me for no reason and walked away. Keeping in mind that ColossalCon East only had one color badge and only allowed you to pre-reg for all 3 days. Basically, they were very lenient, and if you had a badge, you were probably allowed in. The only difference, my badge had a silver sticker that stated I was a photographer and was allowed to collect money from photo shoots. I stand there dumbfounded. At first, I thought she was checking a date or something, but there was none on my badge to check. There were a few cosplayers behind me that saw what happened and were sitting there trying to figure out what they saw. After a few minutes, one of them comes up to me, as they were the Ruby group, and it was their Yang that walked up and asked if I was okay and what the heck just happened. I told her I had no clue. This lady just grabbed me by the badge and walked away. The Yang tells me that she did in the same thing the other day with a cosplayer and that she's with ColossalCon East, not the hotel. If you've never been to ColossalCon East, there are 2 staff groups you have to listen to while at the convention center: hotel, the convention staff, and the hotel staff. There were issues already with the hotel staff because regular visitors who were not there for the convention were complaining about photo shoots and cosplays in the water park area. That's true with almost every single ColossalCon, but especially with ColossalCon East last year. The convention staff blamed the hotel staff for this, and they got into a nasty fight after the convention. I contacted ColossalCon East about this woman twice, because after it happened, I just felt angry. Like, how dare you feel that you can touch me like that? My badge was already checked, and if she really needed to see it, what was wrong with just tapping me on the shoulder or calling me over rather than grabbing something that's hanging from my neck? ColossalCon East never acknowledged the claim, never said sorry, never took responsibility for the staff. They tried to push everyone into the hotel staff, and while they were not innocent in some of the instances of this convention, they had nothing to do with the poor con staff. After I posted my complaint on Facebook, other people responded saying that they had encountered the same woman as well. Some of them didn't have their badges around their neck, so they were saved from almost choking. One girl did have a nice scratch on her arm from the lady, though, and another was just annoyed about being touched. So if you're going to CCE this year, don't wear your badge around your neck. Or if you see this lady, reach for it. Confront her. There are rules at conventions about touching other people for a reason. She's not above those rules. Now, about the whole hotel staff thing, I remember, I think it was Colossal Con East last year, that on a Sunday somebody left their prop, and the hotel staff actually grabbed it and broke it, and then, like, just threw it. I remember this being a big thing. If I can find the video, I'll put it up right here at this point. But I know some of the hotel staff weren't exactly the nicest, but some of the regular staff were a bit too. I personally never encountered this lady, so I have no idea who she is, and seeing as how I'm not going this year, I probably won't encounter her. But for anyone who's going, maybe just take a look out and things like that, buddy system and shit. I do remember the normal people complaining about the whole costumes and stuff like that. That's usually a normal thing that happens at almost any convention. It just gives me flashbacks of that freaking hockey team people complaining about the cosplay people being allowed to stay in the pool longer and starting a fist fight with people last year. Ah, good times.